All right, guys. Getting into game 2 of the night. We've got your Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers. Before we get started, make sure you smash that like, that thumbs up. It is much appreciated. And, of course, if you are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the bell to be notified of all future news, content, streams moving forward. All right. Matchup predictor, 39.5% for the Vikings, 60% for Green Bay. Getting into the spread, Green Bay is favored by 3, minus 170 on the money line. 47.5 is your over and under, plus 143 on the money line for the Vikings. All right, guys. We've got a few minutes here before kickoff. Vikings, Packers. Coming up next. What's up, 100 East? What's going on, bro? There's 7 up. Niners and the Raiders. Brock Purdy doing his thing. Yo, I've never seen so many people hate on a kid so much. For some reason, people just hate Brock Purdy. I don't get it. I don't know. It's weird. Shout out to you, Paul. Happy New Year.
You totally knew a month ago, right? This is going to be Green Bay's got to control their destiny the whole way through. No one saw this coming. I mean, it's unbelievable, improbable in some ways, but they have an opportunity, and they got 2 home games to finish, right? And Aaron Rodgers is here. You almost expect them to win these 2 games, but we'll see how this plays out. I mean, they're still not – it's not like they're just winning these games by 30 and they're dominant all of a sudden.
Well, leave it to Aaron. When they're 4-8, he says, you know what? We still have a chance. They come in having won 3 in a row, and he's right. They can control it now with 2 wins to get in.
You're exactly right. It wasn't a relaxed situation. It was very uncomfortable, but they're here. Now they got to go and do it. But this Vikings team, they know how to win, Jim.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Vikings with all these close wins. They beat them week 1. That's the only non-close win they've had on the season. And they come in here on a roll having already claimed the division.
Talk about improbable?
Yeah,
that's
really,
the Vikings.
It's an amazing season. Let's go down to Tracy before kickoff.
Jim, the big question, can the Packers contain Justin Jefferson? They couldn't do it week 1. 9 receptions, 100.
All right, guys. 587 viewers, 56 likes. Make sure you are smashing that thumbs up. We need to get over 100 before kickoff. We need 44, guys. 44 more likes, 44 more thumbs up to get to that 100 mark before kickoff. 44 to go. Shout out to you, Nathaniel.
On the kickoff chores, as well as the place kicking. So the longtime veteran in his 16th years kind of half squibs it down the field. It's scooped up on a second bounce. And it's a run.
It looks like Vikings will take it from their 33. It'll be 1st and 10. Things are already getting a little chippy.
And already a little heated disagreement before our first snap.
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
What a year under his stewardship. All of these
liking what I'm seeing.
Wins. The 8 fourth quarter comebacks. He's had 400-yard performances 2 of his last 3. 27 touchdowns on the season. He's got a run going of 25-plus touchdowns. Getting his due. So after the
1st and 10.
New Year's greetings after the
handoff, Cook. He's going to get 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6.
How about this season, Kirk has been enjoying, Tony?
Captain Kirk.
Been outstanding, and he's really showing everybody, right? For a while, it was like, oh, he can't win a big game. He's just one of the solid guys. But the truth is, he's put this team on his back this year. 8 fourth quarter comebacks, Jim, tied for the most all-time in a season. 8 game-winning drives. He knows how to win now, and he knows himself, and he just waits for the opportunity. Now, they don't want to get behind like normal.
Go back to Cook for the second straight
Another
play.
handoff to Cook. He goes up the middle. He gets 2 yards. 3rd and 4.
9. Joe Barry's defense has had a problem against the run. As you see, Jair Alexander had a lot to say this week about the matchup against Justin Jefferson. But the 27th in the league against the run. Made a couple of nice stops here on the first 2 plays.
Yeah, and the biggest reason for this winning streak is the 8 turnovers in the last 3 games. They've been opportunistic, almost like the Vikings have been all year. But Alexander did not travel with Jefferson in the first game. You see him right now. He's going over there, and he's traveling with him in the slot. You see the game plan already.
3rd and 4.
Trying to make their best guy.
3rd and 4. He looked that way, did Cousins, and that's batted down.
And that's
What
going to
a
be
nice
batted
run.
down. Very fast.
When you're going to put Alexander
3 and out.
Receiver and double him still, then that means someone else has to step up. Thielen tries, but Douglas is actually starting to play really good. He's not going to be in the same spot as Kenny Clark, who I think, with Gary out, is the guy that has to really create the havoc up front. This was a dominant front last week in that second half against the Dolphins.
Kenny Clark forcing that throw right on Cousins. 3 and out for Minnesota. Randall Cobb is back deep.
Kick is off.
Some pressure got it away. Backpedaling as Cobb.
Taken from the 5.
Up ahead 15-20.
And Cobb's going to bring it to the 21, and that's where the Packers will start. 1st and 10.
55-yard boot. So Aaron Rodgers trotting out here. His last 20 games against Minnesota, 7-1 touchdown to pick ratio. Just crazy numbers as you've seen.
7-1.
Much of his career, they haven't been Star Wars numbers on the season. Hasn't even had a 300-yard passing performance, but he's been breaking in a new receiving core, and that young receiving core has come a long way. Christian Watson, who had been questionable all week long, he's up with a hip injury. He's playing.
You're exactly right, and that's been the biggest difference. It took a long time for them to all get on the same page, and they're not fully there yet. But right now, Watson, you talked about 7 touchdowns. You know, for a rookie to come in and start doing that late in the season, huge.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Packers. First play is going to be a handoff to Jones. Hard running. He gets 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4.
27. And again, the 4-time NFL MVP. The last 2 years he's been the MVP, and he felt they could do it. He had all the scenarios a month ago, and it's panning out so far.
Well, it's been hard. Everything's been very difficult this year, and you watch it, and it's like he doesn't throw interceptions, and he's got second most of his career, 11. You know, some of it's on other people, not always on him. But I've seen him really pick it up when they've had to have it late in the year, Jim. Last week he threw some dimes.
2nd and 4. Swing it over to Jones.
Jones spins. He gets a yard on the play. 3rd and 3.
Shelley, who's been a big boost for the Vikings secondary late in the year.
When we came on, he was just starting.
Shout out to Leslie for following on Facebook. Thanks a lot.
And Shelley's been the biggest difference, I feel like.
3rd and 3.
Kind of give him time in that week 9-ish area, and since then they've performed better. Now this is a defense that's been just giving up way too many yards, last in passing, but Shelley's really allowed me to think they can slow some teams down.
Donatel, the defensive coordinator, looking on, see if they can force a 3 and out, as the Packers did to the Vikings on 3rd and 3.
Rogers in trouble, rolls out, throws deep, incomplete, and this will lead to the Packers punting back to the Vikings.
It was an outstanding throw, and that's where I say you see the arm talent, Aaron Rodgers, and that is perfect. The only problem is it's like 2 inches too high, not for a receiver, but for running backs. And you know, Jones is as good as they get out there, but that's asking a lot when you've got a Mach 12 ball coming right at you on a bullet.
How he makes those passes on the run and just the quick leaves the hand spinning like crazy.
Exactly right.
O'Donnell. Punt. Oh, and that. Did they get it? They got it.
Punt was blocked.
It's picked up.
It's going to be 1st and goal at the 1 for the Vikings.
Like Metellus was the one who got in on him.
Well, now.
This is the optimistic Minnesota Vikings all year long. Somebody comes up with a big play, something that allows them to win. And you saw special teams, a block punt earlier this year.
What a block by Williams.
61-yard
1st and goal for the Vikings.
A great catch by a guy there. That's how they're winning. And wow, what a play.
Wow is right. Levitt picked it up for the Packers. But he is taken down just outside the 1, and Minnesota ready to strike.
This is a huge game, first off. We talked about it earlier. We know Green Bay is basically playing in a playoff game here. They control their own destiny. And right there, you go on the road. Minnesota handled Green Bay in the first game of the year. They really out-physicaled them, outplayed them, out-schemed them. Right now, Minnesota's off to a
Here we go,
start.
1st and goal.
1 yard out.
Play action. Cousins throw is incomplete. 2nd and goal.
Was the target. Amos was on him, and there was pressure.
2nd and goal.
They tried to score on 1st down from the 1 going up top, but there was some pressure again.
What's up, LaShonda?
This is Minnesota.
Happy New Year.
You look at it, you're always like, okay, how are they winning? What are they doing? Recently, Jim, they've been outstanding in the red zone. 8 touchdowns in the last 9 red zone trips, and they've adjusted it throughout the year, and they're play actioning, running it, but they're making it really difficult on teams to know which one's coming.
Jefferson in motion. 2nd and
Hand
goal.
off to Cook. He runs into a wall, and it'll be 3rd and goal.
Here we are, December, January, playoff football, and you've got to run the ball. Minnesota has not been running the ball very well, and you don't have to run it a lot, but you got to be efficient. You got to stud and Cook, and that was one of the keys to the game, your ability to run against this Green Bay defense.
We got a Viking player down.
That's going to be
And it's
Schlottman injured
who was starting
on
once
the
again
play
for
the
Bradbury
Vikings.
at center. We'll step aside for a moment.
All right, timeout, commercial break. 3rd and goal for the Vikings at the 1. 11 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first quarter. 855 viewers, guys. 250 is the second like goal. 250. Looks like we need 144, guys. 144 more likes. 144 more thumbs up to get to that 250 mark. Thanks for the support. Thanks for being here today. Happy New Year to you and your family. I wish you guys a great, great New Year. Peace and prosperity as we enjoy football on this first day of the year, 2023. Commercial break.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark from Guam. Shout out to Jeffrey, Philippines in the house. DJ Kipling, no problem, man.
Yeah.
Appalachia, Happy New Year. Lions did have a great day, man. Put up 40 points on those Bears. Hand off to Cook. He goes nowhere. That's going to be a stop for the Packers. And I don't know why you'd go for the same play that they just figured out. Come on, Vikings. You need touchdowns, not field goals.
So the third string center, really, Jim.
Yep.
And that's going to be an issue because you had to run the ball inside against this team, and what a big time.
Shout out to you, DJ, all the way from Browning, Montana.
Had a goal line stand against Green Bay, and it changed the emotion and everything going forward. Same thing possibly for Green Bay.
O'Connell says we're going field goal. We've already had 3 tries. 21 yards.
Kick is up. It is good. Vikings strike first, 3-0.
Franchise record 61-yard winner last week. Back in 30 after this from State Farm.
NFL clips not today. 30-second timeout. All right, guys, as far as the votes go, 227, 66% for the Vikings. 66%. What a flip. What a flip. They had Green Bay at 60% for the general consensus, but over here it's 66% for the Vikings. Wow. All right.
Well, after the block punt, which was the first time there's been a block punt for O'Donnell in, 3 seasons since 2009. Metellus, the one block that there is.
Well, you got to give Matt Daniels, special teams coordinator for the Vikings, a ton of credit. Just this year, you know, we all know what Cousins and Jefferson have done in the key situations and all the big plays, but the special teams has also provided it. As you see, Matt Daniels right there. But really, this team just takes turns. Who's the superstar helping us win this week?
NFL clip, Steelers and Ravens.
It ends up being just a field goal as the defense on both sides so far. 9 plays, only 12 yards.
Kickoff, 2.
No first downs.
Nixon takes it out.
Nixon
Oh, he got a big hole. He's still going. Are you kidding me? This is a run back. What? That's a touchdown for Green Bay.
The most kick return yards in the NFL. And he shows it right there. He had the 94-yard kick return last week. Here he is again. Wow.
105 yards. He was injured.
Oh, my goodness.
93-yard return last week with a groin injury, so he's a little
What a play.
questionable this week.
105 yards.
Doesn't look like he had enough juice, right?
Look at Joseph trying to make an attempt.
He just stiff-armed him like, get off of me.
He's Sean Nixon. My goodness. What a momentum turner that is.
Wow, that changes things.
Yeah, there was a lot of question whether he would play this week. He's playing. Crosby with the extra point.
Extra point is good. Score is now
Packers their first kickoff
3-7.
touchdown.
Packers up after getting that return kick touchdown. Wow. 10 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Quick shout out to Boots and Richard Gutierrez, as well as Rhonda Hatfield for subscribing. Thanks a lot, guys. Welcome to the channel. Just that fast. Packers score. Tyler, you don't know the slogans, bro? You've been here long enough to know the slogans now. I expect you to know the slogans. That's exactly why I said, Vikings, you need touchdowns, not field goals. Prove my point. Let's ride. Yeah, that's a tough one. I have no faith in Kansas City. I have no faith. That is the second time they've almost let the Broncos win. I have no faith in their defense. Shout out to you, Priscilla. Happy New Year. Bills Mafia isn't ready for Joe Burrow. That boy is good. What? What world are we living on right now? What's up, Jeff? Shout out to you, Alvin. Happy New Year's, guys.
Well, we're just 4 minutes and 35 seconds into the game. We have not had a first down, but we've had 10 points scored. How crazy is that?
I know this is. We talk about turnovers and we talk about how big everything is, and those are the same thing, right? Special teams makes the difference.
Crosby earns the touchback. Again, this game of vital importance on each side is Nixon on that sideline walking around after that 105-yard kickoff return. Packers would clinch a wild card berth with a win today and coupled with a victory next week here at Lambeau against Detroit.
The game is a jungle. We're a different animal. I cannot wait until tomorrow. I cannot wait. Because I want to hear the excuse that people are going to come up with for Joe Burrow. I really cannot wait. I cannot wait. First and 10 for the Vikings. Play action. Cousins throws incomplete. Hockenson slipped up.
We'll be keeping an eye on that, as Tracy reported. After all the jawing this week, Jair and Justin. No targets here at the start of the game.
And you'll see the double team up there. So you're going to put Alexander on him. I mean, what Jefferson has done to start his career, it's literally in Randy Moss territory only, and he's winning. Through his first 3 seasons, he's got the most yards in NFL history. Randy Moss is 2. There's a bunch of other stats like that as you see Alexander on him.
Handoff to Cook. He gets a lot of space.
That was a good shot by Cousins picking up the snap. And
7 yards.
Jim, we saw Vikings backup center Austin Schlottman get hurt on that last drive. He could not put any weight on that left foot. It is an ankle injury. They are evaluating him in the locker room. He is questionable to return.
And again, they're so anxious to get Bradbury back, who's been out with a back injury after a car accident suffered right after the game against the Colts.
This is huge because we talked to Cousins. He has 6 different silent cadences. Well, that's hard when you go to the 3rd string. He might not know them all.
No kidding. So
Here we go. 3rd and 3. Cousins goes for it. All that is dropped. Hockenson couldn't reel it in.
Instead, again, 3 and out for Minnesota.
This is a big-time throw. Cousins standing in under pressure. And
Hockenson. Oh, you got to bring that in. They hit your hands. That hit your hands. You got to bring that in.
This has been another reason why Minnesota
got to bring that in.
is very difficult to
4th and 3. This will lead to a punt.
Big 3, right? You got Cousins, Jefferson, Cook, who all have records for the Vikings. But now you go and get that trade, which I thought they did a great job. And now Hockenson's turned into really the 2nd option.
He's been huge since the trade 2 months ago today. Ryan Wright's punt. That's Nixon picking it up on the hop. And he's covered up by Jackson. Unable to kick.
So, looks like Green Bay will start at the 38. 1st and 10. 9 minutes and 25 seconds in the first quarter after the quick commercial break. Happy New Year, KT. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Shout out to Shelby as well. Erica, what's the score of the Bills game? It's currently 0-0. Yeah, there's no way for me to get rid of it. Yeah, there's no way for me to get rid of it. Shout out to you, Coach. Happy New Year's. Congratulations as well, man. Much love to you and your family. Congratulations. And I wish you much success. I liked your video. Liked your video. Much love. Coach, hit me up, man. We gotta start collabing, man. We gotta start collabing. It's been a while. We gotta collab. We gotta make that happen. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Little toss to Jones. Gets around the edge. Big first down. 14 yards on the play. 1st and 10.
For multiple reasons. One, we saw great job. Watch this whole right side of the line. They got to get over there. So when you talk about a center having to do his job.
Yeah, hit me up, Coach.
Well, you just saw Myers seal that edge, and then you're able to get out wide. And that's why when you talk about how big it is having that third string, you're going on the road. You got a veteran quarterback. He can go, hey, I'm going to clap. I'm going to lift my knee up on 1. It's on 2. It's on 2.5 with a point.
Eric, I'm going 68-3. Bills Mafia. Toss to Jones. Another 9-yard run. 2nd and 1 for the Packers.
We got an update. Let's go to the New York.
Seattle still with a shot. Geno starting strong.
Let Geno cook. Right here, he finds Tyler Mabry. Hooks it up and gets in the end zone for the touchdown. Seahawks all over the Jets in this one, 17-3.
Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson.
All right, thank you, JB and Nate.
2nd and 1.
The first
for
year
these
coach who has never been a dull
Packers.
moment, that's for sure.
I like him. He's an outstanding football coach. What he's done this year, really impressive.
2nd and 1.
Handoff. Jones runs into that wall. He goes nowhere. No gain. 3rd and 1.
You saw that Jets update. The Jets need to win and need some help on top of it, with New England winning earlier today against Miami. Now New England goes into Week 18 controlling its destiny. We'll be playing at Buffalo in Week 18.
And that's not where you want to go to get in. Remember, last year, Buffalo, they didn't punt.
Right.
Against New England in the playoff game. And in the regular season, they went like 3 or 4 games without it. But we'll see.
3rd and 1. A.J. Dillon comes in for the Packers.
Aaron, the Chiefs won by a hair. And that's going to be Dillon for no gain, 4th and 1. So it looks like, for the moment, this may lead to a punt.
Secondary, including Shelley again, make the play, and they're going to go for it.
Yeah, and this is where everyone's going to be like 3rd and 1, and it's just a great job of making him extend out by Smith on that play, and that's the thing. Ooh, here we go. You said it.
All right, they're going to go for it.
Minnesota
They're going to go for it.
Last time they played on 3rd and short, 4th and short, like we talked about, maybe a timeout coming here.
That was week 1 at Minnesota. The Vikings, the only game they won that was not a one-score game.
Timeout called by the Packers.
Timeout called by Green Bay. We showed you what's at stake for Green Bay and what they must do. Now for Coach O'Connell and
thanks a lot, Randall.
They've already clinched the division.
Happy New Year
to
you in the Marshall Islands.
Weeks, but it could finish as high as a 1 seed.
It's realistic now. Like, truly, they win today. I mean, everyone thinks Philly was just going to win. They've lost 2 games in a row, and I know they didn't have their quarterback, but there's no guarantee he's back next week. They've played that close to the vest, right? Okay, are we resting him a little bit? Is it, would he play if it was a playoff game? Because now, that 1 seed and that 2 seed, you talked about it, the 2 seed's almost been undervalued.
Yeah, they're trying to hold off the 49ers from the 2.
You can't go into Philly and go into San Francisco.
4th and 1, they're going to go for it.
And that's Dallas. I mean, all these scenarios, it's
here we go.
Good teams.
4th and 1. Here we go.
Play action.
Play action.
Rodgers in trouble. He gets taken down. The ball comes out, picked up. This is going to be, oh my goodness, I thought it was going to be a scoop and score. But they got the fumble. Hicks gets it. Vikings take over, 1st and 10. Wow.
Absolutely forced it.
This is unbelievable all the way around. The Packers basically go for broke, and right here, Tomlinson is having a great year. One of the more unsung guys not everyone knows about, but he's dominant. When he's in there,
quarterback is down by contact. He's down by contact. Regardless, it's still going to count as a sack.
So they're going to check to see if he was down.
Yeah, he was down.
He still has possession. It's close. It's 4th down.
Yeah.
I think it's down because he grabs the ball right at the end. But Tomlinson's been a huge difference maker. He's hurt a little bit. So when they got all these guys, this defense is much better, improved, even though they got to figure out a way to stop the pass. But to do that on 4th and 1, Jim? Whew.
Well, they ruled that was not a fumble. They ruled that he was down. It goes in the books as a 16-yard sack. So
All right, 1st and 10.
Madison's the running back. Cousins. That ball comes out.
Cousins throws. That's going to be incomplete.
Never had a chance
2nd and 10.
move. That was Quay Walker who made contact.
Bob, sure don't.
This is one of the big reasons why
I wasn't going to bet on anything for the first of the year.
Walker, watch him.
Not
He's
one
just
dime.
sitting back, eyes on the quarterback.
Not
Comes
one dime.
flying in, their first-round pick. Go ahead and watch right here. Walker's going to come flying in from this side right there.
Happy New Year, FF2.
That's where they took advantage of him in the first game. He was a little late to things. Not anymore. He showed up on tape. He's learning. He's not a rookie anymore.
2nd and 10.
Cousins throws. That's incomplete as well. 3rd and 10.
Oh, he's got a little gritty right next to Jefferson. Take that, he says. You're not the only one who can do it.
All the kids out there.
Well, now.
They know they wanted to see a gritty at some point, and they got it.
But you didn't know it was going to come from Alexander.
I don't think they cared.
That's hilarious. All right, Alexander doing a gritty on Justin Jefferson after breaking up the play.
Yeah, take that.
This thing's getting fun.
By the way,
It's getting fun. 3rd and 10.
in the big game in the first one, Alexander wasn't on him. Today, concerted effort. Well done by Joe Barry, changing up the game plan.
Well played by Alexander. That was the first target to Jefferson. He knocked it loose.
Cousins throws. That's going to be caught. Hockenson's going to get forward progress. So 8 yards on the catch, 4th and 2 at the 37.
Now, what will they do? They're just keeping the offense out there.
Yeah, they
Offense stays on the field.
Go ahead and run that and pause it right here. Right now, Cousins is trying to see if he can get this in cut, but the safety's going to come down. So now that double team on Jefferson, it's a good job finding someone really late. And that's why someone else is going to have to step up on key downs.
Well, Green Bay went for it, failed, backfired, but now will the Vikings be able to cash in? They've got to get 2. They shift Jefferson to a slot.
They're going to go for it.
There's the pass down the
Pass picked off.
Off the deflection, it's picked off.
Has plenty of space. Still going. Gets to the 40, the 30, to the 20. This is a pick 6 for the Packers.
A second return in the opening quarter for a touchdown. What a kickoff, what a pick.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Job by
Denied.
Douglas had big in this game, and I talked about it earlier. He's the guy who's going to be one-on-one with the second option. Hockenson, he's already stopped him multiple times.
Pick 6 for Green Bay.
And this is where we go, Oski, or something like that. Every time the defense would do that, and that's where everyone gets into their blocking technique.
Yeah, Preston Smith made sure Cousins never got close, shoved him off balance, and Savage, who had been demoted, had been benched for Rudy Ford a couple of games ago, but played an important role last week. Started to see more snaps again. Former first-round pick makes the pick 6.
Extra point is good. 14-3. Packers up. Defense is doing all the work. Rodgers doesn't have to do nothing yet. Nothing. Quick commercial break, guys. Housekeeping, 1,403 viewers. 182 likes. We need to get to 250, guys. 250 likes. 250 thumbs up. That is the next goal. So make sure you smash in that like, that thumbs up. It is much appreciated. 250 is the next goal. We're at 183. Thanks for the support, guys. All right. Jonas, you can't be serious right now. Your prediction was the Vikings. What are you talking about? Let's go Packers. What is going on? You said the Vikings. Let's go Packers in the chat? What are we doing? All right. That's weird. That was a weird one, Jonas. That was a weird one, Jonas. I don't know, man. That was a weird one.
Meeting.
KT, I had the Vikings.
First met in 1961, first year of the Vikings franchise. The coaches were Norm Van Brocklin and Vince Lombardi. The quarterbacks, Fran Tarkenton and Bart Starr.
Wow. Any legends in that?
Oh, my goodness. Here's a run back on the way. Wanwu. He's also
big
for sure.
Run back by Wanwu. They'll get to the 39. I'm sorry, 38. 38, first and 10.
With a kick return and an interception return in the first quarter of the game. This was for Nixon, his first career touchdown. And as I said, going to break, Savage gets his first career score off the deflection and the run back from 75 yards.
And give defensive coordinator Joe Barry credit, Matt LaFleur. What they've done this year is kind of switch up from what they did earlier in the year, and this is what the best teams do.
Shout out to Brian Nash. Thanks a lot, man.
And teams are really
welcome to the channel.
Match coverages. Now, vision on the quarterback. This is why the turnovers are coming. Guys are looking at the quarterback. They're not just trying to guard their guy fully. Then they match, and they're getting a lot of interceptions.
Here's a
handoff to Cook. He goes nowhere. It's a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11.
Well, you should be excited if you're a Packer fan because the last 3 games held teams under 21 points. Have talked about the turnovers, but truly this defense is rounding into form.
You were talking about the importance of the center position. They've got a new right tackle, and we saw Brian O'Neill was slow to get up on that pass play. Led to the interception. O'Neill is out. Udo has
2nd and 11.
So now they're down 2 of their 5 on the offensive front. We'll get a report as soon as we know anything about O'Neill.
Well, I imagine it's going to be running out.
Nicholas, I had the Vikings.
Pass. And that's
pass incomplete. Too much fire.
Closest to it. And Tracy, all yours.
Jim, you mentioned it already without their backup center, Austin Schlottman, who is out in the locker room with an ankle injury. And now their right tackle, Brian O'Neill, he has a calf injury. He's in the blue tent, and he's questionable to return.
Wow, that's, I bet, Tracy, when you have to run as a big tackle on an interception, all of a sudden, real quickly, they're not used to running 70 yards at full speed. Something can happen.
Jonas, you want the Packers to win?
He's okay.
3rd and 11. Cousins 1 for 9 to start the game. Looking around, seeing Packers everywhere. Decides to take.
Cousins is going to run, get the first down, and more. 19 yards on the scramble.
Picks up the first down on the Green Bay side of the field.
Well, this is what's so impressive this year. Cousins has been asked to do a lot since the running game hasn't been showing up weekly. He just has made great decisions, and he's actually kept his team in games, and then he has that ability to.
Ethan, I took the Vikings.
Jim, these last 5 weeks is first in yards, first in touchdowns. He's playing outstanding.
Hasn't missed a game because of injury since 2015. He did miss the game here last year because of COVID. Here he is setting up a screen to Cook. Cook's got a first down, and that was a good call to inside the 30. Wes Phillips, the offensive coordinator, the grandson of Bump Phillips and son of the great Wade Phillips. That goes for 16.
Jonas, did you have the Packers in your prediction? Yes or no? I need a yes or no right now. I need a yes or no right now. That's going to be a 5-yard run for Cook. 2nd and 6. Come on, Jonas. Did you have the Packers in your prediction? You had the Vikings? Yeah. Why'd you just change your pick, bro? Come on, man. That ain't how we do it, man. You can't be changing your pick, bro. You can't be changing your pick. I'm going through the picks right now. Terrible. Terrible. We got to stand on our predictions. We stand on our predictions, and we don't change them at the last minute, Jonas.
It wasn't there, that's for sure. Slayton deflected it, and now you got a 3rd and 6 from the 24.
Alexander says, where's Jefferson? I go over there and guard him. So far, he's winning this matchup. That's why he's doing the
3rd and 6.
Not quite. Lose the L. The gritty. And let's check the flag on a 3rd and 6.
Well, we talk about the snap count. You want to know how hard that is to get everyone on the same page when you're in your 3rd center?
Prior to the false start, delay of game, offense, number 8, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
I'm disappointed. I'm so disappointed.
Like, here we go. Come on, snap it. This is the snap count. Come on. He's not saying good job, guys. Good job. Good job. No, he's saying snap the ball. So that was the snap count. There was 15 claps. On the 15th line, you snap it. He just waited to the 16th.
3rd and 11.
Now push back to the 29.
Trying to see. No one's running in motion. You get the back, motion them down. All of a sudden, you know.
Starting out with 4 lined up on the left, and it comes to Cook. Look at this. 4 Packers.
And Cook's
Surround him and
going to be
hold the
short.
And that'll
It'll
bring
be
out
4th
Joseph.
and 10.
Well, this is what I was talking about earlier. The adjustments that Joe Barry's made. Right here, Kirk Cousins, before these guys wouldn't be looking at him.
KT,
now
yeah.
everyone has eyes on
Yeah,
him.
well.
So now you can all rally to the ball and keep the cup, keep the player basically inside that little circle and don't let him get out. Outstanding technique.
46-yard attempt. We're hearing O'Neal is officially out for the rest of the game. Joining Shortman, who's out for the rest of the game. Here's Joseph, 46 yards.
Kick is no good. Field goal, wide right.
And the Vikings come up empty. Down 11, still in the first. Wild action at Lambeau.
Shout out to you, Nomad. Oh, man. I made it right, but I forgot that Vikings will play Bears, not Lions, so definitely taking a L here so my boys can sneak into number 1. Jonas, you my man, bro. So I'm not going to out you, but I'm just letting you know I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. Because I'm literally going back and forth as the game's going on. And you can't change your prediction after the game starts or the game is over. It's not how this works. It's ridiculous. I can't edit my videos after I made my predictions. I got to stand on what I say. It's called integrity. We got to keep it. Commercial break. Happy New Year, D95. First and 10.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10.
Rodgers is going to throw it away.
Now they have 14 yards of total
2nd and
offense
10.
and 14 points on the board. How about that?
Shantae, I had the Vikings.
Inside the NFL, the show. The Pros
That was my
Watch
prediction
Tuesday,
that I'm
streaming
standing on.
exclusively on Paramount Plus.
You'll take that as a quarterback.
Oh,
Obviously,
yeah.
you want more, but it's literally like we just want to win. That's all that matters. And you know, this little winning streak to get them back in it.
2nd and 10.
It started in that fourth quarter. They were down
At Chicago.
and that looked like the season was over. Maybe they go to Love to get a look at him and help Rodgers heal up. I mean, who knows? Completely different story.
They did what the Vikings have done all year. Came back big in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man open, and that's Watson.
Too far for Watson. No
The
flags.
speed, it's hard to overthrow him. Shelley on the coverage.
Yeah, I think Shelley got away with a pass interference. It's up at the top of the screen. Slant. Nope.
Shout out to Emotional Integrity.
Yeah, he held him there. That should have been a PI.
Watson loved to make up for the touchdown from week 1 that got dropped, and he lost his confidence. It took a while for him to get stable, but since he has, oh my goodness, what a difference maker he's been.
He's really been one of the biggest reasons for this turnaround. I mean, really, the production he's had has been why this team can win.
3rd and 10.
And that's going to be a first down from Green Bay.
First down. Second first down of this opening quarter for Green Bay.
Yeah, and Lazard has really, you know, been that security blanket, I would say, and this is why it's like, okay, Lazard is playing really good football. He's great, by the way. He's one of the best blocking wide receivers in the NFL. He does all the dirty work, and he knows the game. He gets in those, like, little soft holes perfectly like you saw there, and he's got size. I mean, if Watson's running and he keeps improving.
First and 10 at the 50.
Better than you think, right?
75% of Lazard's catches this year have gone for either first down or a touchdown. It's Dillon, who's also emerged here.
Dylan's going to get 4 yards.
You're talking about
2nd and 6.
Lazard. You can even say he's under the radar when it comes to the skill
What's up, Henry?
that you just pointed out.
But think about it. If you can be a receiver and get defensive ends and block them and then get out on the edge for screen game, you can do so much stuff. And you see right here, I mean, this is big boy stuff. And that's why I think
What's up, Nevada? Happy New Year, Jay. It's strange you would take Vikings when you said Rodgers wouldn't lose on Christmas Day.
He literally gets him an extra blocker, almost like you have another tight end. And you'll see him right here. He's going to come in here, and he might have to go in here and block 33.
Final seconds of the first quarter.
2nd and 6. Rodgers goes for it all.
It's Watson.
And that's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 6. Christmas is not New Year's Day.
Absolutely
Nevada.
determined.
Christmas is not New Year's Day.
Watson that works against Minnesota this time.
Oh, and this was a throw because Hunter was bearing down, but outstanding coverage by Shelley.
All right. End of the first quarter. Scores 3-14. It'll be 3rd and 6 for Green Bay at the 46 when we come back. Bob, yeah, everybody drops their predictions in the comments all the time. Shout out to Alvin with the ham and cheese sandwich. The ham and cheese sandwich. I wish I had one. Actually, I don't. Actually, I don't. I'm good on the cheese, bro. I'm good on the cheese. Shout out to Benji, says, let it be known I have tomorrow night's game over 48. I rock with the honey ham. It's just that cheese. I'm not a fan of the cheese. I've had to cut it out my life. I've had to cut it out.
Return touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the honey ham. That's for sure.
Packers open up the second quarter with a
Honey ham is a major go. Shout out to Flossie. 3rd and 6. Quick pass will be caught by Lazard. 9 yards on the catch.
They like to go to him, and that's one area that they didn't have early in the year. These just contested catches, people getting open versus man-to-man.
1st and 10 at the 37.
Perfect. Lazard having career highs in receiving this year.
To think that he came by way of Jacksonville off their practice squad.
I know.
Signed back in 2018. Boy, they developed him into a reliable part of this offense.
Career high in yards and receptions, and he blocks well.
First down. Fake to Jones. Now they'll throw it past him.
So DeGuara gets 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6.
Who caught it? We've got another update. Back to New York.
Jim, it's excellent Eckler.
That's right, JB. Check this out. This is just a simple dive down.
Ooh, big run. Eckler breaks the hole.
And he is off to the races. 72 yards.
Wow.
For the touchdown.
72 yards.
Number 18 on the season.
Chargers up 14-3.
14-3.
Back to Jim Nance.
All right, fellas, not the same Rams team we saw on Christmas Day, but the Chargers looking good late in the year.
2nd and 6.
Oh, I think the Chargers sneakily could win the Super Bowl. I'll tell you one second.
Oh, they got Joey Bosa back, too. Coming back as Jones.
Jones, another big run, another 1st down.
I watched her earlier in the year in the
first and 10.
2 weeks. When Bosa and Mack were both healthy, you're able to play shell defense coverage that's almost like today. You can keep eyes on the quarterback, be softer, and still get to the quarterback without having to.
Shout out to you, Philip. Thanks a lot, man.
I'll tell you right now, if he gets to full strength, and he plays and nothing else happens, you don't want to see the Chargers. They got a great quarterback, and they've got an unbelievably formidable edge. 2 guys that are going to rival anyone else in the league. Now, obviously, there's top-heavy teams that are incredible.
Tyler, party with family and friends.
Save the tape, folks. You heard it here from Romo Stradamos.
It's going to be another run for Jones. He gets 7 yards. 2nd and 3 at the 17.
Great block to help him pick up that yardage.
Well, this is when you get Mercedes Lewis, 89 right there.
Jeffrey, my prediction still stands. Bills and 49ers.
Unique in that they're
Super Bowl.
So physical and they really like blocking. It's almost like they're putting 2 good guards next to each other so you can go ahead and get holes. And that's why their outside run game is so hard to deal with.
Mercedes Lewis playing in his 250th career game. Big part of the offense last week, getting a touchdown. 2nd and 3.
Jones, another 1st down. 11-yard run, 1st and goal at the 6.
Who also threw a good block. Gain of 10.
And this is where, Green Bay might have the best ability this year to run the ball. Last year was coming on a little bit, but this year they've had to really focus on it because of the issues, in the pass game. And this is going to serve them so well in January. This is all the years. They've had always the ability to throw it. But if they can run the ball and play defense, Jim, like they've done recently, they're right there with anyone.
Jones just went over on this drive 1,000 yards rushing for the season.
Aiden says, can you help me get subs? I'll check out your channel in a second, Aiden. 2 yards for Dylan. It'll be 2nd and goal up to 4.
That's huge, though. The difference between getting stopped for 1 or 3 or 4 there is like you can come back and run it, whereas when you got 5 or 6 yards, you're not going to. Defense knows that.
How about you get late in the season and it's like Green Bay and the cold weather and all of a sudden they.
What's your channel about, Aiden?
The running game.
It's the biggest thing is early in the year, Dillon and Jones are as good a weapon as anybody has, and it's like sometimes you gotta give the ball to Rodgers, right?
It's 8.
But the only way you get better at running it is to run it. So you've got to practice it, and you got to do it in the games because it's so hard now. You're not in pads all the time, so you don't get the reps with each other, next to each other, when to come off, to go to this guy.
Second and goal. Again, they get it over to Dillon. And it is Smith.
Dillon gets a yard on the play, 3rd and goal.
Cap move after last season by
Young and Ty, what's the most you made off donations in a day?
Most of last year, played only one game, one post.
Can't remember. It was pretty high though.
But he's been
it's pretty high.
Quite a boost for this Vikings defense.
Oh gosh, he was so disruptive in week 1. I mean, I was like, oh, defensive player of the year.
What's up, Dante?
So far, him, Parsons, and then sometimes he gets a little bit trying to get up and get a sack.
3rd and goal.
Your gap sometimes, but he's such a difference maker. They move him around a ton, get the matchup.
3rd and goal, 13th play of this drive.
Pass incomplete on the slant.
Lazard. And again,
4th and goal.
Packer on the coverage, Sullivan.
Well, this happens. Watch the D lineman right here. His hand is why Rodgers couldn't throw it right at him. Sometimes that happens. Aaron could see it and feel it as they're getting up on the ball.
But going for it from
They're going to go for it.
outside the 3-yard line.
Kick the oh my goodness,
One
man.
of those you're trying to get, remember the offside, or you're trying to get someone to all of a sudden have 12 guys in the field.
They're not going to go for this.
Now he's going to go through a cadence, then get to a play, and then call it. Try and draw him off sides. Take a timeout or take the delay.
No need to take a
delay.
Timeout that close.
Take the delay. It doesn't change anything.
Doesn't change anything.
I really think that was very smart. I've always said, does it change anything to kick it from the 4 or the 9 for a kicker, the 3 or the 8? It's no. So the idea is try and get them off sides, and if you do, you're lucky, you go for it.
I'd love to know what Harrison Smith and Aaron Rodgers just had to say in that exchange. These two who have tangled so many times. Smith in his 11th year. Of course, this is year 18 for Aaron. They battled each other twice a year all these years. Crosby coming out. 26 yards. And that kick is good.
Kick is good. Scores 3-17. Packers up after scoring the field goal. 9 minutes and 48 seconds left in the second quarter. Quick commercial break. Alvin, man, we had some premium last night. And yeah, it was good. It was good. Timeout. Jay Marie, Happy New Year. Jeff, you can't get Velveeta over there? Cheap wine. Bob, there's like it's like three dots. Like, I don't know what kind of device you're using, but like it should be like a way, like the same way you blocked, you should be able to unblock. But I don't know like what device you're using, so, but it should be 3 dots. And it'll pull up like a little menu. kidding me.
A great visit with Harrison Smith yesterday.
That's a football player through and through.
Oh, man.
I like Harrison. He's awesome.
Oh.
It's Crosby's kick. Let's go to about the 2.
Okay.
Mark it just short of the 30. Earlier during the holidays, Adrian Amos led a team of Packers helping kids for the Boys and Girls Club on a shopping spree. The event benefited Adrian's I'm Still Here Foundation, assisting underprivileged kids and families affected by Alzheimer's disease. Adrian was joined by Jair Alexander, Rudy Ford, Ennis Gaines, Tyreek Carpenter. Great work by Adrian. This secondary has so far given up basically nothing. Cousins 3 out of 12, 25 yards. Jefferson without a catch.
So much of it is really the scheme change, getting the eyes on, and then changing up.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Hand off to Cook. It's a nice
He falls forward near
move, and he gets
the mark.
close to the first down.
Short.
2nd and 1.
Love it. Keep it coming, JB and D.
Jarrett Stidham, outstanding.
You're right about that, JB. You know the drill when quarterbacks throw it into the garbage can? This is why they do it. Back pylon, perfect pass to Devontae Adams for the touchdown. The Raiders, they lead 17-14.
A sweet-smelling garbage can. Back to Jim Nance.
All right, guys. Of course, they remember number 17 for the Raiders.
2nd and 1.
2nd and 1. Oh, Cook got free.
First down for the Vikings.
Picks up the first down. And that matchup has been something to watch.
Oh, it has. And right now, Alexander's getting the best of him. Quick jumps him real quick on the press. And then this was close. But the ball just barely hung in the air a little long. And then you see the in the face.
Yeah, everything but the feigned hamstring pull, which is part of the act for Jefferson. Which is fascinating and fun to watch.
It's going to be a flag. False start on the Vikings. 1st and 15.
Number 72, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So what happens is Kenny Clark gets off the ball quickly. He always does. He always has against Minnesota. They know that. So they have all these cadences and silent counts and all these different things. Well, if I'm the coach right now for the Vikings, I'm saying, Cousins, stop it. Just go on 1 or go on 2, but nothing. I don't need the 6 different cadences that we have. We're on the 3rd string center. We can't have these minus plays on the road.
There's Reed from Minnesota State. Same school that produced Adam Thielen. Here's the pass. Well, that's
Another flag down. It's going to be on the offense, and that's going to be holding.
Carl Chuffers and
What's
crew
up, Rodney?
here.
Happy New Year, man.
Hold on 72 Cleveland for the Vikings. You can see that one pretty quickly. And
Holding, number 72, offense, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Tracy, down to you.
Jim, it's been interesting watching both Jair Alexander and Justin Jefferson down here on the sideline. Definite frustration by Jefferson as he came over after that last drive and threw his helmet down. Kevin O'Connell needed to talk him through it. On the other side, he is feeling it. Alexander walking up and down the sideline saying, I am locked in on him. I am locked
1st and 25 after all the flags.
Well, you better stay locked in the
Here we
whole
go.
game because this guy's a way of winning on routes sometimes.
Throws to the middle. That's going to be Hockenson. He gets 12 yards.
And that's where the Packers
Shout out to Joel
get them so
Turnbull
far. Douglas
for
does a
joining the
great job
family.
on Hockenson. But
Thanks a lot,
Packers,
Joel.
They give up tight ends throughout the whole year. Tight ends have had kind of their way with them. And
So it's going to lead to a 2nd and 13.
I'm going to give you the formula these two teams have to win.
12 yards to Hockenson, 2nd and 13.
And that's going to be another catch by Hockenson for 9 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 4.
And a couple of touchdowns, not only career high, but
And the Vikings need to get this first down.
Catches. He had 52 catches in 8 games as a Viking coming in here. And you said it. You probably have to consider him the second option.
Oh, yeah.
Since he's been here.
His 8 games since he's been there, he's got beating all the tight ends in the league and everything except Kelsey, right? No one beats him. But you see right there, it's really formidable unit they have all the way around.
3rd and 4. No catches for the wide receivers so far. Oh, timeout was called first.
Timeout was called.
Just to be sure, Madison goes back and scoops up the ball. Timeout first. Back in 30 after this from Progressive Insurance.
30-second timeout. Bunch of craziness going on. Flags. Vikings offensive lines jittery. It's not looking good. Not looking good, but see what happens. We got 6 minutes and 27 seconds left in the second quarter. Score is 3-17. 3 for 4 with those foil hat picks today. Shout out to Jimbo.
Okay, O'Connell looking for the right call here on 3rd and 4 with 6.5 to go in the first half.
So far, too many mistakes, and this is why communication is so big in the National Football League, right? The center communicates to the guard and the tackle, and the quarterback communicates to the other guys, and then you get all on the same page. Well, I think this snap count right here isn't going to be too crazy. Lift your leg up or put
3rd
your
and
leg
4.
down. On 1.
Got the first down as Osborne.
Oh, that's got to be a penalty. That's not okay.
Yeah, that's unnecessary roughness.
Osborne had a catch early that was wiped out by the holding call.
Good job,
And
Green Bay.
there you see Quay Walker.
Stupid mistake.
Personal
Wow.
foul, unnecessary roughness, number 7. Defense, 15 yards will be added to the end of the play.
So that's going to push the Vikings to the 31, and that's what they needed.
First down.
1st and 10.
Penalty, taking it down somewhere around the 32, just trying to tear them apart.
Yeah, you can't body slam. So it's basically that second part. They want to protect them once they're going down. You can't push your weight and do everything. It's just unnecessary roughness. But I think they call it like burp and slam or something. It's a cool little term, but that's, you see the physical nature of Walker there, but that's too much. Silly penalty.
I would think it'd be slam and burp. that looked like a wrestling move, no question.
You're burping them, I guess?
I guess what it is. 1st and 10. Oh, that ball may have been tipped. It was.
Ball was tipped, picked off.
He's out of bounds at the 40.
And
What's up, Brian?
I can't
Happy New Year.
I keep saying
And that's going to be a pick.
what Joe
Green
Barry
Bay
does,
defense
eyes on the
stepping up.
quarterback. When there's a tip ball,
Yeah, that's
there's a little
wow.
Denied.
Timeout. This is looking real bad for Cousins and company. Real bad. No spoilers in the chat, please. No spoilers in the chat. All right, housekeeping, guys. 1,695 viewers, 277 likes. Next goal is 500, guys. Make sure you're smashing that like, that thumbs up. It is much appreciated. Raindrops will fall. See you, Alvin. Raindrops would fall. Shout out to Akan NY for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel.
Justin Jefferson. Tracy just sent up word is changing his cleats. You saw him slip on that last pass play.
So
Again,
it's
still
1st
without
and
a
10.
reception.
Yeah, Thielen doing the same thing. And here's what happens. Kevin O'Connell knew this. He took him outside to practice, and he says they're slippery around the 30 or 20.
Well, you saw it right there. There's Dillon.
So it'll be a handoff to Dillon. He'll get 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4.
TJ Smith tackled him. There's a little frustration here as you watch Jefferson.
Alexander, and then Jefferson's so mad. Oh, elbow right to the back of the ref. He did not like that one. Watch. Accidental. Ooh.
That's a good thing he put on the brakes.
It's a good thing he wasn't looking at it, because that would have been a penalty. But that's frustration can happen. Everyone's a great competitor. We got to keep your composure, and that's 2 things there, right? One, you go out there, you slip, so you give up an interception a little bit. Second one, then is you go. And the guy
2nd and 4 for Green Bay.
Everything's boiling over.
Handoff.
There's Jones.
Jones
Nice
is short
wiggles
of the
to get
first,
within
but
one of the first.
it'll be
And
3rd
talk
and
about
1.
Jefferson in the first game. Granted, that was at U.S. Bank Stadium indoors, perfect conditions. It was 9 for 184 and 2 touchdowns, and scored a touchdown on the first possession for the Vikings season.
Yeah, but almost all the big plays, Alexander was not a part of any of those.
It's a different scheme.
Different. And Alexander is living up to the offseason. At the time, he had the richest contract at his position in NFL history. He's lived up to it. Alexander is showing you, when you pay people a lot of money like that, sometimes they go away or they get better.
Here's the 3rd and 1.
Big first down
Take it off into the secondary.
for Jones. 31 yards on the run, and he's cooking. He is cooking.
Play call. And go ahead and watch this left side. You're going to see right there.
Yeah, you can't let Jones just have his way out there. This is
Mercedes Lewis,
is
one
terrible.
Guy, 2 guy.
This is absolutely
And there's
terrible.
a huge hole coming in at the end.
Shout out to Francisco.
Well, it was Aaron Rodgers who
Happy
was
New
quick to
Year.
tell us when we spoke with him this week that Aaron Jones has been less than 100% for the last month, battling ankle and knee issues. They only got 8 touches last week. He's got 9 carries for 90 in this one after that 31-yard run.
And this is how you're going to win in the postseason.
Dillon got outside for just a while, and Hunter's helmet comes off. We'll check
This
the
looks
marker.
like it's going to be holding on the offense. This may come back.
Number 76, offense, 10-yard penalty, first down.
John
So
Runyon
1st and 20 now for the Packers. They'll be pushed back
at
to the
Verizon
30.
halftime report coming up with JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Cower, all the latest scores and highlights coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Well, you had a very reflective Aaron Rodgers in our meeting with him this week, and he was just talking about how, humility in your life, sometimes it can, really help you. You realize how thankful you are for the whole journey. But he cited that Runyon was one of the most consistent
1st and
players
20.
for the Packers all season long.
Quick pass. That's going to be caught by Cobb. He gets 9 yards on the play.
And that's
Shout out to Steve
Shelley, who's
Fig.
He's come on, very competitive. We talked about him earlier. But right now, this is a huge possession. I know Minnesota comes back more than anybody else. I mean, they've got 10 come from behind victories.
Yeah. An 11-1 score victory.
Yeah, I mean, 10 is the tie for the most ever. 8 fourth quarter comeback wins, most all time. 4 wins after trailing by 10 points in the fourth quarter.
That's crazy.
So they're not out of it, but
2nd and 11.
Rodgers throws deep. Touchdown. That's going to be Tunyon for 21 yards. And this is starting to get out of hand. This is starting to get out of hand. That is a touchdown to Tunyon.
They just shut down and gave Rodgers all day. Just an outstanding job. Go ahead. Here's Tunyon. But I want you to watch the pocket of Rodgers. I'm going to pause it here. Right there. He's now reset the pocket, and there he is, way up top. And at that point, looking left, you can't go all the way back and forth across the field. Metellus, it's not his fault, just the time that he had.
The 250th career
Kick
touchdown
is
pass
up.
at
It is
Lambeau
good.
Field for Aaron Rodgers.
I got to go look at these odds.
The lead is 21.
I got to go look at these odds because Vegas is banking on the fact that you don't think that Kirk Cousins and company can come back. So let me see what they're talking about in Vegas right now. Let me see what they're talking about. Ooh. Ooh. This one might actually be over. It's plus 1,400. Them odds is way too high. This thing might actually be over. When the odds is that high, this might be over. Them odds is way too high. That plus 1,400 just seems so ridiculous. Whenever the odds are that high, people, it doesn't look good. It does not look good at all. It does not look good. Commercial break. Like I said, if it was 450, all right, yeah, they're going to come back. That 1,400. Yeah. Put 20 on it for the lottery type bet. It's almost a certainty, Richard. When they let the odds get that high, it's almost a certainty. Taken from the 1. Gets back to about the 22. And that's where the Vikings will start. Jesse, I had the Vikings.
This is what the Vikings have been doing to other teams this year. Rich Bisaccia, great job on special teams. And then Savage with the interception. And then a missed field goal. And then a tip ball. Eyes on. Jefferson falls down, frustration boiling over. Kirk Cousins, you've been behind a few times this year. This is the daunting task. And who would have thought you had a shot at the 1 seed? This is a huge game for both these teams.
Just 2:37.
Shout out to you, Ronald. It's going to be a throw, too.
Comes to a stop about a yard past the first.
Yeah, Osborne, he's just short.
And a lot of the turnovers and things are simply because
Vikings going hurry up.
Green Bay shut the run down early, Jim. Cook, 8 attempts, 21 yards. Well, now you're in obvious passing situations. You can't use all the play action stuff. Kevin O'Connell, Wes Phillips.
There's another 1st and 10.
Throw to the middle. That is dropped by Cook. 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 2:06.
You'll see, look downfield, check it down, a little slip of the foot right there, but eyes come off the ball. And that's really trying to turn and run before you got control of it.
Well, I mean, Ronald, my prediction is still the Vikings. I mean, I stand on my predictions, right? I don't change them mid-game. It is what it is.
Green Bay doing better and better, the other one last.
There's the give to Madison, as you saw. Cook getting his pads adjusted, and that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Jeffrey, yeah, check my About page.
Green Bay on a roll.
2-minute warning, guys. 2-minute warning. Scores 3-24. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Vikings at their 38 when we come back. I'll tell you what I like better. I mean, don't get me wrong, the 1300 sound plus 1300 sounds nice. But what actually sounds better is the Rams down by 7, that plus 470. I like that way better than this down this Vikings 3-24. And you're hoping for a miracle. The plus 470 with the Rams and the Chargers sounds more realistic. I like how that looks.
5. Down the middle they go, and it's Osborne tumbles for
As
the
Osborne
first
gets the
Really
catch.
like Osborne, he's come on. And you know what's weird for these two teams, Jim? They're both really bad on defense at the end of the first half. Like, every time you go look at it, you're like, the Packers are the worst.
There's Jaron Reed, the former Chief, who is getting some assistance, stretching out his left leg. Matt LaFleur looking over with concern. Coming up again, the Verizon halftime report. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and the coach for all the scores and highlights, the latest playoff implications coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Plus, of course, the other late games with Seattle
All right.
still up 17-6 as they start the third out in Seattle. San Francisco down a field goal to Las Vegas.
Raiders up by 3, 14-17.
This NFC
It's on the
playoff
screen.
picture, and it has gotten all of a sudden exciting with Hurts out and the Eagles losing to the Cowboys last week. The Saints today. The 1 seed is still in play. So is that division in the NFC East. You got San Francisco again, a tight one against the Raiders, currently in the 3 spot. Tampa today clinches the NFC South.
You saw that 0 receptions in the first half.
There's the run by Madison, and he's got about 7.
Madison
Well,
gets
this is what
7
teams have done
yards.
to Green Bay, and they've got to shorten
It'll
this
be
up.
2nd and
They're gonna end up,
3.
A, making it to the playoffs, but B, doing anything there. You can't be the worst 2-minute defense, you know, at the end of the first half every year. They've got 8 touchdowns. I mean, do you even get 8 in a year sometimes?
2nd and 2, and almost Tuckless thought about going after it.
That's a first down.
Instead, he waited
Forward progress.
to hit Hockenson after the reception at the first down.
So that is the
Douglas
first
knows
down.
he
Clock
might
is rolling
have nothing
as
to
we
pay
just
like.
approach the 1 minute mark.
Big-time throw, staying in the pocket.
Vikings trying to get
Setting
something
up
on the
to
board
this.
here.
The guy who's got to do it, I feel like. You can already tell they're doing a good job on Jefferson, who is one-on-one here with a backer.
To the sideline, and Osborne Getting a lot of opportunities with Jefferson shut down by this defense.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying, though. At the end of the half, it's like you got like 17 games, right? If you give up 8 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes to the other teams, it's like you should have the ball 8 of those at least. So it's like every time, and that's how Minnesota gets back in this game right now. Joe Barry deserves a ton of credit, though.
So 2nd and 5.
Turning this thing around, and they had that lull in the middle of the season, and they're peaking at the right time.
Remember, Green Bay deferred at the top and will receive the second half kick. It's Jefferson in the slot to the left. On 2nd and 5. Pressure.
And Cousins gets sacked. He goes down.
All the way back at the 40-yard line.
And that is a big loss.
And that was a great rush. You're looking with Gary out. You're like, who's going to come in and do that?
3rd and 14 at the 39 as the Vikings call a timeout.
Up front last week against the Dolphins, creating havoc. And these interceptions, you got to remember, one of them was a tip ball. Another one, they were all over Cousins. And then right there, a sack. I mean, Green Bay is doing to Minnesota what Minnesota did to Green Bay in week 1, just dominating the line of scrimmage.
45th time he's sacked on the season, first time today. But that brings it all the way back to the 39ers where they mark it. 3rd and 14 with 48 seconds.
Well, they're asking a lot because the running game, Cousins been hit going into this game 125 times already, the most since it was a stat in 2000. So he's carrying this team and taking a beating. He's going to have to do it again.
Jefferson at the bottom. Alexander shoves him at the line of scrimmage.
Pressure coming. That's going to be caught. Madison.
Traffic down to about the 32.
And he will be short, so this will lead to
that puts you in an interesting
a Vikings
position, right?
field goal.
Score. Do we go for this? Do we get points? You know, getting the points is huge. Simply because you need multiple things, right?
You're going to go for the points. You're going to go for the kick.
Yeah, I like that. I would probably kick it as well. If it was another
well, obviously,
2 yards, I might go for it. But you got to feel good going in here. Watch the bottom.
Watch this contact
right
by
there.
Alexander.
Boom. That's just the quick, you know, first step, and all of a sudden the quick punch that surprises you. And that's been an issue I see today. Jefferson right now. Jefferson is having trouble with this surface, Jim. He's used to contorting his body and doing all these cool things, but he hasn't played outdoors since the Buffalo game in week November.
It's a long while ago.
All right, field goal. Here we go.
It's different on these surfaces. You can't cut without your feet underneath you.
Yeah, the new cleats haven't made a difference since he changed.
Kick is up. No good.
You missed it again.
Kick is no good.
Can it get any worse for them, Jim?
Can't imagine.
3-24. This is terrible.
Lost 2 offensive linemen.
Absolutely terrible.
Giving up 2 returns, a kick and an interception return for scores. The reliable kicker has missed twice. They had come in here with a chance to really get in the hunt for a 1 seed.
You're not kidding, and everything on the line. I mean, we know Green Bay, and all of a sudden you sit there and you look up, and for a team who's had a ton of what people would think are breaks here and there, they've really completely gone opposite. I mean, I think Minnesota, this is how they've won this year. They don't get penalized very much. They're great at that. They have a really good turnover margin, and they're great in the fourth quarter. Well, right now today, terrible turnover margin, terrible penalties.
Rodgers looking for more before the intermission.
You got to protect it. Oh,
that was caught. Wow. 29 yards.
Lazard able to make the catch. Hunter
oh, man.
Inflicted the hit on Rodgers.
No timeouts.
No timeouts.
You can go over the middle here and quickly and get up and get down and run up and clock it.
Just close to the line. 9 seconds. 6, 5. They're going to spike it and try to kick a field goal.
Executed there by Rodgers.
Here's what you're going to do. I told you they activated a second kicker. They're going to keep Crosby out there, even though they brought Ahmed up. Crosby has not made one beyond 50 this year. Ahmed was trying kicks from about this range during pregame warm-ups, but they're going to stay with Mason. In fact, Tracy, quickly down to you.
Yeah, I was watching Mason Crosby during pregame warm-ups. He did not try a kick this far in warm-ups, guys.
It's 56 yards.
Good one there, Trish.
All right.
56 to close out the half. Gives it his best. Is it enough? Hits.
Kick is good.
And goes through. Right out of the Justin Tucker play.
Well, now, score is 3-27 heading into halftime. King War, what up? This is madness.
It goes.
Absolutely madness.
I don't know. Son.
Right into the net, actually, in the end.
New Year to them.
Look at this. I mean, everything going the Packers' way. Every bounce.
Hit a three-pointer, hit it off the front, goes in.
27-3 at halftime, which is coming up.
Right, at least it's not 33-3, right? Wasn't that what the Colts had?
What's up, Vine?
Halftime, guys. I will be back in a moment. Wow.
going to be hard to come back.
There's a Joseph kick. And Tracy caught up with Matt LaFleur.
What a great first half. But first off, talk about the defense, and especially Zaire and how he's been able to contain Justin Jefferson in that first half.
Yeah, well, I think our defense is flying around, playing with great energy.
Y'all gonna put some respect
That's the brand that we need. And,
on Brock Purdy's name. Y'all gonna put some respect on his name. Brock Purdy's the greatest of all time.
Our guys are well aware.
The next Joe Montana. Put some respect on his name.
One play at a time.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Tracy.
Yeah, you got to be careful with this team. Let's see what can happen here to start the third. It's Jones.
It's going to be a big run for Jones. He gets 6 yards.
Green Bay aided by the loss by the Commanders of Washington. Let's look at these first half stats as Jones is 4 yards away.
I tried to hold it in, yo. I couldn't hold it in.
Well, this is why Green Bay is scary.
49ers is winning, yo. 49ers is going to win. Y'all going to leave Brock Purdy alone, though. All these Brock Purdy haters out here. I'm going to leave little Brock alone. 2nd and 4.
There they go. Back to Jones.
Jones, another big run, another first down.
Out to the 40. He's looking very fresh. Well, again, he's been battling ankle issues, knee issues. Not today. They've been running the football.
Well, they have. I mean, there's the Lewis right there and Lazard outside. Those two guys are like extra linemen in some ways.
Yo, y'all really don't like Brock Purdy. I don't get it, man. I was saying earlier, you guys just don't like the kid. I don't get it. It's weird.
135 yards and that right there. 106 yards.
It's like just a ridiculous amount of Brock Purdy hate for no reason.
Here's a first down throw and wide of the mark. That was for Watson.
Incomplete to Watson. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Again, came in missing practice all week with a hip injury, and they wanted him to play because he can take the top off of the defense. Tried to connect with him a couple of times on some hero throws, but not to be so far.
Well, he's their speed. He's their burner on the outside, and talk about the possession of Lazard and some of the other guys, but you know.
See, everybody that's hating on Purdy is the type of people that give you your roses after you die. It's a sad thing.
Had no production really, and now you see, like you said, he has 2 other ones, and I just think that's the guy that teams are afraid of in man-to-man.
Here's 2nd and 10. Jones written down right away by Hicks. Take a look at the first half numbers. Of course, you know that Hicks got picked a couple of times. Rodgers threw the touchdown.
Like straight up for us.
Aaron Rodgers so happy to have his
straight up, yo.
Back today. David Bakhtiari.
We just got to keep it real.
They know that Zach Tom did a great job, the rookie out of Wake Forest, filling in for him. But it's just such a smart football player, in the words of number 12. Oh, just comforting the know he's over there anchoring down that left side.
Well,
come on, cuz.
The big play that he threw, he was one-on-one. Everyone else had a little help.
Yo, I can't wait till tomorrow. 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9.
That's a game changer.
3rd and 9. They rush 4, and he heaves it long.
Big throw. It's going to be incomplete.
Trying to go deep with Watson.
And this is something that's concerted effort, right? Patrick Peterson gets beat a little bit. The problem is Watson doesn't get his head around to see, and Aaron throws it a little bit wide. But
nah, I don't got it in me. Forrest, I don't got stand-up comedy in me. Plus, I laugh at my own jokes sometimes, and that doesn't go over. You gotta know what your strengths and weaknesses are. I'm a great talker, but I couldn't do stand-up comedy.
I've seen number 9 at Dallas run at 22, but it was Turpin.
What's up, Mustard?
It's a fair catch. Well played, Rager sets up the Vikings
all right.
16.
So, Vikings will get the ball back. So they got to do something. They got to do it now. Jets. Mike White is a bust. Thought he was going to do something against these Seahawks. Scored 6-20 over there. Ridiculous. 1st and 10 at the 50 for them 49ers in a 3-point game. Brock Purdy's looking to score. The greatest of all time. 49er quarterback. He's going to take those 49ers to the Super Bowl himself and win it. Make history. Crickets. All right. Shout out to Josh Hawkins. Shout out to Ghost. Says Mike White was a bust before he was a bust. Oh, that could go so many ways. That could go so many ways. Purdy for mayor of San Francisco. All right, we got one more game after this, guys. It's going to be the Ravens and the Steelers. But everybody knows we're really getting ready for the game tomorrow. That's the real game. These Bills Mafia, and the Bengals. That is what we are preparing for. All right, here we go.
Downhill ever since. First snap for the Minnesota second half is a handoff to Cook. It was shaken up at the
Cook gets about 6 yards on the run. Second and 4.
9 for 27 today. All right, they've been through rough or turbulent times, but they're 11-0 one-score games. The 11 wins, that's most in NFL history. By that manner, 10 comeback wins. When they lose, it's 17 at Philly, 37 against Dallas, 11 against Detroit. They've all been double-figure margins.
Yeah, false start. Number 72, offense, 5-yard.
False start. Shout out to Jordan Walters coming through with the $2 super chat. Says Ravens defense domination tonight.
It's such a difference because at home you can do all these cadences, everything. On the road,
shout out to you, Jordan. Thanks for the $2 super chat.
Well, he's a third-string center. All those I told you, you gotta just go on one. I don't care.
Ravens defensive domination tonight. Oh.
And there's just been so many times today that's happened in a different way, and it's hurt him.
Second and 9. Pass is caught by Osborne. He gets 6. It'll be 3rd and 3.
As we send it to the sidelines, Tracy.
Jim, speaking with Kevin O'Connell going into halftime, he mentioned it. Being down a couple of linemen has certainly hurt them, but it's just been poor execution. Sustaining drives, he said, is key. They want to run it, but they have to be patient. And in terms of Justin Jefferson, he said everything is just towards taking him away. He's been slipping a bit out there, but they need to just take those shots when they get a look.
The longest play, thank you, Trace, for the Vikings today was a 19-yard scramble by
3rd and 3.
Cousins. 3rd and 3.
Cousins throws. That's going to be caught. First down. Hockenson for 13 yards.
And move the chains with his 5th catch for 45 total.
Shout out to Mary Alice for the $2 super chat. Says, I'm just a Purdy boy. Nobody loves me.
2 big stops early. Douglas.
Oh, man. Thanks a lot, Mary. Shout out to you. Thanks for the super chat. Y'all got the jokes more than me today.
I think that's the guy who you got to go to. That's where the Packers usually have a little bit of deficiency, tight ends. But the other one is they got to just throw the ball once, right? Just throw them a smoke route. Get the ball to Jefferson.
I'm just a pretty boy. Nobody loves me. Smiley face.
Thielen gets a 16-yard reception. 1st and 10 at the 48. Green Bay territory.
This is a play action. This is why you have to stay in phase. Go ahead and run that right there. And now pause that right there. So here's Jefferson. You're going to end up throwing to Thielen, but right there, don't run all the way over to the safety. Look at the quarterback. Cousins wants to throw it. And it's just late. It's a good job by Cousins coming all the way back and under. But Jefferson's got to help, too. Get your eyes around. That's where the opening was.
First catch for Thielen. Goes for 16. Here's
Cousins keeps. He's going to run. He's got plenty of space. And he slides at the 30. 18 yards on the run.
And this one will go for 18.
Yeah, it goes back. Play action. You got a little pressure. So you step up, and at that point, you feel the opening. And Cousins showing off those legs. Not quite the 22 miles an hour of Watson or Romo, but definitely still.
But he's their leading rusher.
Yeah, that's not
first and 10.
He has Minnesota's 2 longest plays of the game. Both of his long rushes. First down at the Green Bay 30.
They're doing a little better on this drive, right? All those 4 or 5 yard runs, you're okay. And then you'll pop one, but the truth is that's what allows you to play action and get other plays.
Got a whistle.
Whistle.
Cook was ready to gallop into the
Delay of game. That's going to take away 5 yards. Cook had the nice hold, too. He was going to run it in for a touchdown, probably.
Coach O'Connell talked about it. Poor execution. Well, poor execution happens when someone doesn't know what they're doing, or you have to ask an extra question, or someone's breaking the huddle. That's like, hold on, what are we doing? And then now you sit there and you're behind, and then a delay a game, and then a false start, and then you got to keep it simple. When you have backups in, keep it simple. Make it so you guys know what you're doing. Even if it's not a great play call, at least everyone's on the same page.
1 pre-snap penalty, 1 delay of game on this series alone. First and 15.
It's going to be caught by Hockenson for 5 yards. It's the 5 yards back. Second and 10.
At what point, if you're Cousins and you know what they've done so far on Jefferson, and there have been footing issues out there for your star receiver, at what point do you say, and I'm going to look in a different direction, or I really want to just give him his first catch on an easy one? What do you think?
I would have, this drive.
We did not have another Joe Montana. We had Tom Brady.
But right here, he's got off coverage.
These are their own individuals, their own achievements, and own accolades. As Kirk Cousins throws to Jefferson, he gets 15 yards.
As they get to the 15.
It's exactly right, though. At this point,
first and 10 at the 15.
The Vikings are so bad. Quarters 1.
I like what I'm seeing.
They get like a good drive to start a game, and then they're just really poor.
Bob says tomorrow I hate it, but I have to root for the Bengals. Well, Bob, don't do nothing you hate. You know, it's unfortunate somebody's forcing you to root for those Bengals. You don't want to. It's terrible.
I think that's what happens.
Cousins has completed his last 9 passes.
Cousins throws. Pass broken up. Second and 10.
Who jumped in front of Hockenson.
That was a great job by Amos. Times this perfectly come flying off, and boom. Amos says, Amos, ain't gonna score on us. Amos, good job.
Second and 10 at the 15. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock.
69 yards.
What's up, Tony?
Minutes.
Happy New Year.
We got a 2nd and 10 at the 15.
So here we go. They did a good job. Now you got to formate Jefferson. Get him into spots where they don't know exactly how to defend him. Well, he's in the slot against the D lineman.
Cousins is sacked. Ball comes out. Taken by Green Bay.
Clark did it all. He got to the quarterback, popped the ball out of his hands, and fell on the leather to give the Packers the ball back.
Well, there it is. Packers get it back. Told you guys. Whenever the odds get that high, it's a slim chance that there's going to be a comeback. Green Bay's taking over the 23, first and 10. Green Bay's win percentage is 99.3. What you mean, Hart? I don't know what you mean by that, bro. Yeah, Saturday's college, right? Yeah, we should be good to go.
Back at Lambeau. And go all the way back to 1960, the year before the Vikings played their first game in franchise history. 1960. They've been sold out every game here since. 300.
All right, 1st and 10.
Consecutive. First down. Carry. Dillon.
So I do think Jefferson, they've done a good job, aligning certain things. But on the last play, that is Preston Smith, outside linebacker, almost a DN for them.
Ronald, I'm more of a
Jefferson.
PlayStation user.
Either way, it's an option, not going or out.
Shout out to Forvon for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel.
It's on Cousins on that one. You can't miss the leader in every
as well as Kevin Cheeks.
Category at a wide receiver position when he's going against 91. Just the number alone, right? Preston Smith doesn't guard wide receivers, especially one of the top ones in the game.
2nd and 8. There's Patrick Peterson.
Peterson gets taken down.
Help break up that play. So
John, Bills Mafia.
For Jones, about 3.
And that's what's happened today. All these little things like that. And Aaron's going to try and get the 12 guys. You know how he's. By the way, the Vikings have 10 guys. They don't even know it. Someone should tell them, get another guy. Who's covering who?
You're right.
That's just
You're right.
Is it a 3-down line?
10 on the field. Duke Shelley's looking over. Should we call timeout?
And Aaron's like, what should we do?
John Bruce, yeah, man.
Wait, there's a guy on the Vikings.
Yeah, we had fun last year.
Somebody just run out there.
Somebody just jump on the field.
Just start coming. One of you. You come on.
Snap is off. Quick throw. That's going to be caught. I seen it. First down. Easy. It's too easy. Vikings, man. Terrible, terrible defense.
Why didn't they call timeout? You could tell the defense was aware they were a man short.
I wasn't sure they were fully aware.
I thought I saw
Jesse, they still ask. You know that. They still ask. You know.
When you're on the sideline, you don't think it's your job necessarily, but someone's like, well, I think there's 10. But if you go yelling, we only got 10, and you're not the D coordinator or the head coach, you know what happens? And you run a guy out there and you get a penalty, that's on you. So you're like, I think there's 10 guys. So you're trying to say it, but the problem is no one counted. That should come from upstairs. They have guys up in a booth that are supposed to be looking for stuff like that.
1st and 10, ball deflected at the line.
It's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 35.
Next to the position coach. You got linemen, linebackers.
BFV Gaming, what up?
You want to save your timeouts, you're down a lot, fine. But you just run one of those. Hey, get out there.
Harrison Phillips from the Buffalo Bill got a paw on that one. So 2nd and 10 for Rodgers, who was thrown for 93 yards in this game.
Well, this is why I think they're dangerous. Honestly, I mean, I know that they haven't had to get down the field with Watson. See all the space, the speed. They're giving him credit now.
Completes it to Watson. His first grab.
Soft defense, soft tackling.
By Sullivan for 11.
And you see
Vikings are just soft right now.
last couple weeks trying to figure something out on the defensive side.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Ed Donatel switched it up, zone throughout all the year. And then that didn't work out very much, and they started blitzing and playing more man the last 2 weeks, and all of a sudden you sit there and you find that that didn't work great. And they gave up way too many yards to the Giants last week, and that's why I'm concerned about this Minnesota team. This was a big game for a lot of reasons, right? You could drop quickly, but they give up way too many yards, Jim, to make a run in the playoffs that I see right now.
And as you said, the
First and
last
10. Toss to Jones.
on the season.
Hits the edge. He gets about 5 yards on the play.
First hit by Bynum. His NFC playoff picture is just such a fun day to see it change by every result. You got San Francisco in a fight right now.
If you lose, though, here, you go right there, right? So then you'll be at that 3 spot. Now, all of a sudden, let's pretend San Francisco and Philly went out. Minnesota losing this game. And San Francisco takes over that 2. That means you now have to go, most likely, play 2 road games. They know how tough that was. You know who we talked to about that?
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
And Coach O'Connell. Winning one of those is very difficult. 2. Oh.
2nd and 5. The option, first option.
Rodgers throws. That will be caught. Lazard gets 15 yards. Wide open. Nobody's over there. Give it to him.
Rodgers' ability still to escape and create. Showed it off a little bit last week as well. A little soft one for him, Flick.
By the way, looking at that playoff picture, you know, San Francisco is tied in the 4th with the Raiders. They could be blowing an opportunity to move up to the 2.
That's right.
If Minnesota loses. And you still have, consider this,
So many
Philadelphia, Minnesota, San Francisco, and Dallas at this moment are all still in the chase for the 1 seed.
Oh, my goodness. I tell you right now, I think only the 1 or 2 seed is coming out of the NFC this year. I just think that the home field is so important.
Complete to Dobbs.
Dobbs gets the catch. 11 yards. First and 10.
Because there's about 4 teams, and Green Bay, I'm going to start to say, I'm going to throw them in the mix if they do this again next week, of a team you wouldn't want to play, because they can defend the pass, they can run the football now, and they're made a concerted effort to do it, and then still got Aaron Rodgers.
And they got Bakhtiari back, and some other things working favorably for them. Don't forget the year that they won the Super Bowl in 2010.
They went on the road.
And won all 3 to get to Dallas, where they beat Pittsburgh.
Receivers came out, all of a sudden people get healthy, whack, and here it is, the start of the Rodgers career in some ways. This would be quite that story from where they were coming from.
From 4 and 8. There's Dylan. Back when we were talking to
And Dylan's going to run for 2 yards.
He's a guy that
2nd and 8.
Thinks a lot of things through. Deep thinker is what people would say about him on his own team. But the story that would be written if you were to go from 4 and 8 and take it all the way to Arizona to the Super Bowl. I mean, hey, in this league, they come from that far down. Remember, they were 4 and 8. They were playing at Chicago, and they were down 9 in that game. And there was even some talk that maybe they should give Jordan Love a chance to play out the season. And as Aaron said, I want to keep playing as long as we still have a mathematical chance. They've gone from
I would have liked to see Jordan Love.
Chance, according to the analytics,
I think he's got some promise. 2nd and 7. Green Bay is going to call a timeout.
Over the course of a few weeks, the history of the world is written every Monday after a Sunday game in the NFL, and another one is happening.
All right, so quick timeout, guys. 1 minute and 46 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Score is 3-27. 2nd and 8 for Green Bay at the Minnesota 31. So scores around the league. 49ers and Raiders tied at 24. Jets 6, Seahawks 20. Rams 10. Chargers 30. No, I do not, Ronald. I do not.
Lead of 27-3. They've had the football now for over 6 minutes on this drive, covering 55 yards.
Shout out to you, Greg. Shout out to Rachel. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. This will be a run for 4 yards by Jones.
14 touches today on the
2nd and 7.
For 111 yards. He's caught another 2 balls.
Well, this is
yards.
Going to get him with 12 guys. Yep.
They got him. Actually, I had 14 guys, I think.
Free play for Rodgers. Throws it.
Almost pulled down by Tunyon. Free down. Free down.
Rodgers been doing that for years. And you sit there and he catches you. He almost got him earlier. He had to count it before when they only had 10. He's like, hold on. Everyone just wait. Give me a second. I got to count this. They only had 10.
Offside. Number 50. Defense. Penalties decline. 12 players on the field. Defense. That penalties accepted. 5 yards. That yardage results in a first down.
So in the same drive, your defense has played one snap with 10 players and another one with at least 12. We're technically still on the
Yeah, I mean, this is tragedy.
It averages out to 11. Come on.
That's exactly right. Took me a while to get those numbers in.
5 pre-snap
This is
penalties
just
on
so
Minnesota.
abnormal for Minnesota. They're very well coached. I mean, penalties are really low. They don't turn the ball over. Everything that.
All right, 1st and 10 now after the penalty for Green Bay.
Opposite today, so it's just one of those games. It happens, but it's concerning this late in the year. And if a team can just run it right at you and win other ways, that's hard.
Hand off to Dillon. Big run, still going. He'll get the first down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 2.
1st and goal for Green Bay, 2 yards out.
And you see.
Shout out to you, Nomad. Thanks for the support, man. Thanks for being here. Much love to everyone out there listening.
I think this is why, if you go to San Francisco, you have to run the ball. Okay, you're going to have to do that. If San Francisco comes, to Minnesota, then it's one of those where you can get to the right plays, do these things, keep them off balance. It's just so much harder on the road to say we're going to go in and throw and win games.
Well, we're going to the 4th. Happy New Year, everybody.
All right, so 4th quarter. 3rd quarter was a bust. This game is over. It's just being realistic. Tell you what I am interested in. I am interested in these 49ers and these Raiders. Tie ball game. 49ers have the ball. 9 minutes and 42 seconds left in the 4th quarter there. Russell, I'm probably going to start it a little early. We'll probably start at like 7 o'clock so we can pregame. Yeah, because tomorrow's going to be crazy. Actually, thanks for reminding me. I got to edit that time now. Make those adjustments now. Heading into the 4th quarter, guys. Shout out to Carl. Much love, man.
Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson with you. Jim Rickoff, Ryan Galvin, production team. We're so grateful for the technical team.
All right, first and goal.
By Mike Arnold, our director. Mike Tippy, our technical director. Here we go. First and goal.
Handoff. Dylan. And that's going to be a Green Bay touchdown. And there it is.
6 rushing touchdowns in 5 games for A.J. Dillon.
And this is what we said early in the year when we had the Green Bay.
Look what they're orchestrating here.
Yeah, look at Rodgers. He's playing the air guitar. Wow. This is what you thought Green Bay was going to be, right? Coming into this year, having had 2 great seasons, just didn't quite finish in the end. But guess what? In that playoff run, teams ran the ball at you, and you weren't able to quite do it. Passing game falters. It's always a big player. If you can run the ball, you're going to win in the playoffs.
Extra point is up. It's good. 35-3. And, yeah. Yeah, this is a wrap. You can put this in a box and bury it. So this one's over.
Never give up.
War Queen says there is always still faith. Well, I'm glad you got it. Because judging by the numbers and the way Vegas works, yeah, it's not looking good at all.
Never give up.
I'm watching now. They will come back like last time in third quarter. We're in the fourth quarter. Realistically, there's just not enough time. You're talking 4 stops, 4 scores. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
About to go 12-4 with a minus 26 point differential on the season.
That's unbelievable. I mean, Jim.
Here's a look at some of the notable headlines from early today. Tom Brady, he put up
Shout out to you, gonna learn.
massive numbers.
You don't know Kirk like I know Kirk.
They were down 14. They win the division onto the postseason. And the Giants are in, clinching.
He'll come back under any condition.
And the Patriots beat the Dolphins, and now New England controls their destiny. We'll play at Buffalo next week. A win and they're in next week. And the Saints beat the Eagles, handing them the 2nd straight loss, with Jalen Hurts again sidelined today. Here's Cousins launching a long one, and he's intercepted.
Cousins threw a pick.
It's Rudy
It is
Ford.
being ran back now to the 50.
Ford with their 4th takeaway of the game.
And that is the 4th takeaway for the Packers defense.
Jefferson over here on the
after Cousins threw that interception. Say it with your chest. Cousins just threw another interception.
Alexander deserves a ton of credit. He got in his head today. Early on, frustration mounts. They basically eliminated anything happening early to give you that emotion and juice.
The pick's part of the comeback.
Had no chance.
It's got to throw an interception to make it happen.
That was an easy pitch and catch only to the other team.
Oh, man.
But I truly think that was just, it's almost like Jefferson lost. Like when you talk during the week, back and forth as a receiver and DB, you get a guy, he has to have a big game because he's telling people you're going to stop him. And then once you don't get the ball for a little bit, you get upset, you pout. Not just him, everybody, even the greats, Hall of Famers. Just you want to win that game as much, the one-on-one game as much as this game.
That was Dylan for about 5. You mentioned Hall of Famers, what they want. Just look what's happened here today. Aaron Rodgers on his way to a big win, decisive win. Huge. And Tom Brady's performance. Those two all-time
the lead
legends are both now. You got Tampa Bay into the playoffs, and the Packers.
At this point, I would say yeah.
Still need to win a game.
At this point,
game for both the teams today. Brady knew that. Rodgers knew that, and they both stepped up. And Rodgers has had to do it, but he literally made sure early in that game he didn't give them the ball. He made the right plays, the checks, everything. And it's like these are championship quarterbacks who know when to turn it on and stand in the pocket. Brady had his best game of the season today, and Rodgers right now, this team is humming, Jim. This is 4 games now, and they're not just beating nobodies. I mean, they went down to Miami and beat them, and that was a good team, too.
At this point, Green Bay just needs to run the clock.
3 interceptions. This is a real team now.
Yeah, their defense has now 12 takeaways. 12 takeaways in the last 4 games. But listen to Aaron talk and walk through all the permutations of every game played. He did say that he said in a production meeting on week 10 when they were 3-6, if we can get one of the next 3 to be 4-8, which is what they ended up being, he says we could win the last 5 and get in at 9-8. Well, they're on their way to 8-8 here in a matter of minutes.
First down.
It looked bleak throughout the year, right? Because it was like, oh, it's a struggle to pass for both these teams.
Hey, Jonas, what's the score for the 49ers game? Jonas, you got the score for the 49ers game?
Coaching staff switched this up. Give LaFleur and Joe Barry credit because they literally said, our scheme, we've got to change it. We got to get eyes on this. We got to switch from just our quarters-based match coverages. And I think right there, you found guys who were able to get in their zones, look at it, play a little man, and then let Alexander shut someone out.
Patrick Taylor comes in. Tony at running back. They've run for over 150 yards in this game.
And this will be a 1-yard run. 2nd and 9. Oh, shout out to you, Nomad. 27-24. Wow. Interesting. Very interesting.
However, the big issue for me is that they, just the history of the league tells us, they're winning by the turnover margin, no penalties, and they're great in the 4th quarter. That's the keys to success. Well, an injury here or there, like a center, can all of a sudden change a lot. And then turnovers happen. But to me, Jim, what team do you ever know average over 400 yards defensive given up? It's the only team in history to win 12 games like that. I mean, it's not a recipe. You've got to. They can't beat the best teams and relying on that over and over.
So listen, you were raised right here in the Badger State, down the road in Burlington. So I don't know what it is about your neighboring Minnesota
let's just end this now.
Yes, they can.
I don't have to go through these emotions. These emotional challenges. This emotional damage.
We haven't.
I mean, we saw the Dallas 40-3
game. Emotional damage.
On a 12-3 team that right now,
what's up, Happy Face? Happy New Year, man.
6.
Each time I come in, I'm like, this team is good or this, and we just haven't seen it. That's why it's hard for us, right, to believe that sometimes. And that, I know what they're saying because They were saying that Jim Nantz comes in tough.
Rodgers throws. Is going to be caught. Tunyon. He gets 24 yards. First and goal at the 9.
Minnesota was a 17-point favorite week 3 back in 2017 against an 0-2 Buffalo team and a rookie quarterback named Josh Allen, and they lost by 3 touchdowns. We've never seen them win since you came on board.
It's true. The funny thing was you were 0-6 before I
That's
showed
not
up to
true.
the Vikings.
I won my last game before you came on. A Thursday night game at Arizona.
This is silly.
Okay.
You win.
It's on you.
Listen, I think Minnesota can do this. It's just, if you average over 400 yards a game, okay, the only other offenses in history, there's only 4 teams to get to 12 games, I should say, at some point in the season. The 2011 Packers. Remember what that team's record was, Jim?
Here's Taylor.
15-1.
Oh, wow.
2 yards on the run by Taylor. Second and goal at the 7.
Mahomes' first year. So the Vikings are the only other team to win 12 games by allowing 400 yards a game on defense. Why is that? The other teams are so dominant in offense that you had to throw every down to come back. The Vikings
Brady
are
looked
doing it
good
a little
today.
Different way. It's so unique.
Who are they playing?
They can win on any given day. But this recipe, they've got to find something on defense, like the Packers did. I think you've got to change up your defensive philosophy.
Hey, they need to get the offensive line healthy.
Second and goal.
They need to get Bradbury back at center for starts.
And they will. The offense will be fine.
Second and goal. Of course, we don't know the condition, too, of O'Neal. He was carted off in the first quarter. There's the pass to Lazard, trying to fight through the tackle.
Lazard gets 5 yards in the play.
Stop him 2 yards.
It'll be third and goal at the 2. Third and goal at the 2.
Here's Taylor. They need to get Bradbury back at center for starts.
And they will. The offense will be fine.
Second and goal. Of course, we don't know the condition, too, of O'Neal. He was carted off in the first quarter. There's the pass to Lazard, trying to fight through the tackle, but Bynum able to hold on. Stop him. They've got Taylor as they continue to sit Jones and Dillon.
All right, here we go. Third and goal.
Good work all day.
Rodgers fakes. He keeps, and he's going to run in for the touchdown. Somebody just got paid off that parlay. Aaron Rodgers anytime touchdown.
Well, when you run the ball, you can fool a lot.
Well, now.
And when you a long time, sometimes you can just fool one guy with, oh, that guy's open. My eyes are really big. I'm going to
40
right
piece.
Here. Watch this.
Wow.
This is not going to be this is a high. Oh, should have stayed on your feet right there, Asamoah. That was. I know that feeling, right? You're like, I'm looking over here. I'm about to. There's nobody even there. He's just pretending to get you to jump. Stay on your feet.
Extra points good. 41-3.
With 5 touchdowns.
Man. What's up, Bianca? Yeah, tomorrow's going to be fun. Tomorrow's going to be fun. I feel like that's what we're all waiting for anyways. We're all waiting for tomorrow. I mean, it's fun to get through these games and have the experience of them, but the hype is all about tomorrow. All the talking, all the back and forth goes out the window when we start Monday Night Football tomorrow. I got a handful of bets. Some small, some big, and I'm ready. I am ready. Tie ball game for San Francisco and Las Vegas, 27 apiece. 4 minutes and 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Cats, Jesse. Cats. Delavan, Bills Mafia.
16 yards, that's it. With 9:25 to go at 41-3.
For a guy who's leading.
He's going after Megatron season numbers, you know.
Yes, he is. And this is his lowest total if it stays here all year. 1 reception. No one else has been able to do that to him.
And Wanwu with the run back again. He's so good at.
So Wanwu's going to get to
Talk
the.
about a great pairing. Look at all this. You saw this goes back to 2010. So it's the LaFleur came on board, not 2010.
Shout out to you, Bianca. Thanks for the support.
I believe you saw it with Brady, Belichick. You basically have to get to know your team, figure it out, adjust along the way, and then on top of it, have a lot of talent and good people around you. But they all got to meet, and that's when teams adjust, adapt, and you see the best ones rise to the top late.
This will be a handoff to Madison for 3 yards. I feel like at this point, just run the ball, run the clock out, and preserve your people so they don't get injured. Because this one's over. You don't want anybody getting injured on a stupid play right now.
2nd and 7. Madison again, no gain. How about
San Francisco about to get that touchdown.
Now, I can tell you this. We saw him against Dallas and get beat 40-3. Almost same script as this one, just 41-3. And they came back 4 days later, short week, and played on Thanksgiving night and beat New England.
These games, I mean, you can't win that many close games, come back all the time, right? This team has been not just fortunate, but really they've played outstanding ball when it's needed. They just never got close enough. Third center today, that kills you on the road. And the penalties killed you. That's why turnovers happen. You're behind the chains. It's everything complementary together. You don't realize how small one of those things is that turns out to be a huge thing, Jim. And that right there, I would turn the page on this. Get up there, be like, this happened, blah, 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 watch the tape. But we're a good football team because now everyone's going to doubt you again. Second game for the.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 now at the 47.
Didn't lose. You really got taken out back and they just said, we're better than you. We're beating you up like a big brother.
Hockenson with his 7th catch.
Oh, it's going to be caught. That'll be a touchdown, but there's a flag.
Naylor with the touchdown, but the flag will have
Naylor gets a touchdown, but there's a flag.
The flag is back in the area.
Ref said, nope. We want the under. We want the under.
Offside. Number 40.
Oh, they got a touchdown.
Defense.
Oh, no, they get it. Well, now.
Had just
okay.
Catches on the season.
King Smooth, shout out to you, man. 34-27.
Yeah, go ahead and watch Naylor right here.
San Francisco got the touchdown.
And that was a great throw in between the safety and corner and cover 2. And that was the guy you totally thought was going to have the guy
someone said Purdy got the turdy.
That was Ballantyne. That was the last man in coverage.
Oh, man.
For the Packers.
I'm done.
Well, Naylor has the most receiving yards for the Vikings, for the wide receivers.
You knew that coming in.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. They've done this, but they're too far behind, right? They eventually figure out what you're doing and they play well at the end, but this was too far.
Joseph adds one more. That was
extra points good. Scores 10 to 41. 10 to 41. That will take us to another quick commercial break. Scores around the league. 49ers 34-27. Jets 6. Seahawks 23. Vikings 10. Green Bay 41. Rams 10. Chargers 31. Timeout. Bianca, yeah. Shout out to you, Wendy. Happy New Year. Bianchi, yeah, the Ravens and Steelers, yeah. Sunday Night Football. This one is tough. Vikings are definitely going to have to dig deep, figure this out. Offense, defense. They let Aaron Jones just run like a Mack truck through their defense the whole game. So they're going to have to figure it out.
Possibly have. They're in the playoffs, win your last game. No one thought that a month ago, Jim.
Well, here's the story about next week. No one knows exactly how the games are going to be sorted out and scheduled. It's week 18. The race to the playoffs is on. Saturday, a doubleheader on ESPN and ABC, followed by a full Sunday schedule of games right here on CBS, plus Fox and NBC. Stay tuned tomorrow for the announcement of the full schedule, but we know this. It all begins at noon Eastern with the NFL Today.
Oh, they're starting the games at 12 on Sunday now? Come on.
With this Green Bay win, it's going to mean that the Commanders and the Saints will both be eliminated as Taylor gets 3 yards. We'd like to welcome those of you who saw the Chargers win the Battle of Los Angeles 31-10 over the Rams to now go to
Jesse.
6 on the season. And you weren't with us to hear it earlier, you the Charger faithful, but Tony had your team, the Bolts, as a team that he believes could end up in the Super Bowl.
It's a dark horse. Yeah. Listen, it's like if you're going to pick, we all know that Kansas City and Buffalo, Cincinnati are the top 3 teams there. And this side, we know there's really probably 4.
Yeah, I know.
In the NFC, Tampa.
King Nash had the Vikings.
I'm never going to be the guy who's writing off Tom Brady. Cause it's like when he shows up in your stadium or when you show up in his in a playoff game, that guy's been to 10 Super Bowls. He has a way, like today, in a playoff game of figuring things out for a game, right? It's going to be hard for them to run away. But there's 4 teams there. The Chargers are the one dark horse who I'm like, I really want to play them. Great quarterback. They haven't been doing great, getting healthy at the right time. Bosa.
No, this, like I said, this is a tough one.
You saw what Bakhtiari did
not
today.
just to watch, but to even understand. Kirk Cousins is playing absolutely terrible, throwing the ball to the ground, no accuracy, throwing picks. Terrible game. Absolutely terrible game. Jordan Love gets to the Dobbs. See, we need to see more of Jordan Love. This kid can ball.
Take a look at it right here. San Francisco.
I guess somebody's going to hate on Jordan Love next, too. Like, Jordan Love's trash. He's not anything like Aaron Rodgers.
For the last spot.
Seattle, Green Bay.
What's up, Bills country?
Detroit.
For 1 spot, and Green Bay plays who? Detroit.
Right here.
So one of those, boom, right there. And Seattle needs help.
Back over to Dobbs. And that's Dantzler. Brings him down. Again, the 1 is still open. You got Minnesota's going to drop back to 12-4. If the 49ers go on and finish this off against the Raiders, they would actually flip now and be the 2. I do think the 2, since we went to 7 teams per conference, has been a little bit undervalued or under-discussed. You get the 2, you win 1 home game, you actually get a second chance to be at home for a divisional. If the 1 stumbles,
exactly right.
you got the whole thing 3 for 3.
Yeah, because you used
Second
to be
and 6.
1-2, you both get a bye, but the truth is, this
Toss.
is such a year of home field advantage.
To Taylor. He's going to get 2 yards on the run. 3rd and 4.
You got to remember, Tampa Bay came in during a COVID season to Green Bay. That game can come down to a play or two. And when you have all these people here and you're on the road in a big playoff game, sometimes that, I mean, you saw today how hard it was for Minnesota with the snap count. One guy gets hurt, things happen, and now you have to throw the ball instead of run it or play action it, and then a turnover, and then boom. It's just that close.
What we're saying, in short, is there's a huge difference between being a 2 and being a 3. And O'Connell and company could find themselves, instead of being still in the chase for a 1 at the end of today, they could find themselves in the 3 if the 49ers do fall. But the 49ers do, in fact, beat the Raiders.
Pass incomplete.
Pass
4th and
intended
4.
for Dobbs once again.
Don't run the clock,
4th
huh?
and 4.
Just stop the clock. All
And
right.
they're going to punt as Jordan Love trots to the sideline. And this reflective Aaron Rodgers we talked about this week, talking about some of the memories of this year. What was the year like for him? There's been all this discussion. Would he play months and months before the season started? He said he would never want to give it back. I have so many memories, you know, hanging out with Tom Clements, the quarterback coach he has such a strong relationship with. Or with Jordan Love, he said, who's like my kid brother, which I thought was very interesting to hear, that the closeness is there now.
That's awesome.
You know?
Punt is off.
Sounds like there's a lot of what there.
It was muffed,
In the air.
There's a lot of what there.
but picked up by the Vikings.
You got to have it, right?
It was just too easy.
Too easy.
By the way, for those of you talking, you see the fumble here. If you were a Minnesota fan, not sure this one's going to change the outcome either way here.
Brock Purdy for mayor.
We know this. Green
Brock
Bay
Purdy
wins
for
next
mayor.
week. They're in the playoffs. They're the 7th seed. Most likely you're going against. We'll see how that turns out next week because a lot of things are in play. Like you said, Dallas, Philly, San Francisco. Everyone can still get a 1 seed. So many scenarios. But Seattle gets in only if Detroit beats Green Bay next week and they win.
Nick Mullins in at quarterback.
Y'all going to be real mad when the Lions beat Green Bay.
Strong arm to go with it.
You're exactly right. That was very loud.
How do you beat the Vikings and then lose to the Lions? That's going to be the next conversation.
What did barking out all those signals do all these years?
You heard
your
my
voice.
story. You can already tell.
I can already tell.
I apologize to everybody out there for my voice. I know it's horrendous, but it is mine, so I have to own it. And therefore, I will now shyly go sit in the corner and cry. Now, it's just one of those things where you truly are screaming on the road. We ended up going to silent count under center when we were, later on in my career, and a lot of teams do that. The Vikings still yell out. When it gets really loud, it's tough.
Mullins sidearms it to Osborne.
Osborne gets the catch, 6 yards. That will lead to 3rd and 4.
Now, it's just one of those things where you truly are screaming on the road. We ended up going to silent count under center when we were, later on in my career, and a lot of teams do that. The Vikings still yell out. When it gets really loud, it's tough.
Mullins sidearms it to Osborne. Turns it upfield. Hard running, but coming up on 2 yards shy. But a big nod to Jair Alexander because he said he was tired of hearing about week 1. You guys know it. He went on to say as a compliment that he had Jefferson as one of the top 3 in the league. But
all right, guys, this thing's over. This thing is over. Score is 10-41. They're going to go ahead and kick it back and then run this clock down. So we'll wrap this up 10-41, guys. I will see you all for the Ravens and the Steelers in about 30 minutes. I'm going to get some food, do a quick workout, and I'll be back. This was tough. This is a real tough loss. From this showing, I have no hope for the Vikings in the playoffs. Could they prove me wrong? Sure. But I don't know. We've got a tie ball game with the 49ers and the Raiders right now. Brock Purdy needs to pull off a miracle. All right, guys. See you in a little bit.